Welcome to Remelations. We're your hosts.
I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke. Remelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams. From nightmares to the just plain bizarre, join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle.
This week, we're reading a dream from Joseph that has to do with K-Mart, protests, and diapers.
Ooh, okay. We also have some catnaps about dragons, pizza cutters, and alien robberies? We're also talking about an article I recently read on how to fall asleep in 10 seconds, 60 seconds, or 120 seconds.
But don't fall asleep yet, bestie, because we're about to get started.
Woo!
What did you do to your hair?
Oh my God!
Now, I couldn't say anything until we started recording because I noticed it right away. Your hair is significantly darker.
I wanted to look like you, Mindy. You're so pretty. I was like, I
love it.
Hair.
You look gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God. I don't
now.
think I've ever seen you in this hair color before.
Okay, so here's the thing. I went today and I was like, let's do something a little different. I'm like, I know it's like spring and summer and people usually go lighter. I'm like, how about we try a little darker? And I just did like a semi-permanent.
Love it.
Just so it will lighten up. It'll lighten up fast.
Gorgeous. I love it. You look so pretty.
We're like,
I had my hair appointment today too.
Just kidding. We had the hair appointment on the same
yours?
day. Oh my God. 3:00.
2:45.
Shut the fuck.
I mean, we're in two different cities. It's not like we would have seen each other, but we were both.
I know, but it's funny that we have a hair appointment on the same day practically.
We were both in the zone, in the relaxation zone. Do it. But both of our gorgeous faces are going to start the show here. Ooh, ha, ha.
I don't know where that came from.
It comes from a place of self-care, Brooke. Self-care.
Yes, it does. It does.
All right, this dream comes from Joseph, and Joseph's from Las Vegas. Yes.
Ooh.
All right.
Nice.
I dreamt I was back at my old job at K-Mart.
Oh.
This is where I worked from 1998 to 2003.
Oh,
it was 1998 again. And I was 21 years old. I could so relate.
Oh my God, Mindy, this is close to us. We're younger, but this is close. This is so
I was with 5
to
female coworkers. One of them was my best friend at the job and assistant manager, Cheryl. She was 40 at the time. It all came back to me, and I remember being frustrated in my dream about the same issues at my job that happened in real life back in the day, right?
Well, it happens, yeah. Crossover.
One of the issues was the large number of what we call repack boxes. These boxes contained small articles of clothing that got loose, like socks and underwear. We would just put individual tags on them, put them in a bin for sale for like 50 cents or $1.
Who's going to buy one sock for 50 cents? Like, that's pretty pricey.
I would hope it would come in a pair at least.
Right. I'll pay a good deal for a sock. For a pair of socks is $1. To get one sock for 50 cents.
Why do they call underwear a pair when there's only one?
Well, I don't get it either. It's like a pair of pants.
Like, are they counting leg holes? What if you do just wear bandeau underwear? Then do you call it a pair? A singlet?
What if you don't have legs, but you have kind of a torso and you still have to wear...
It's just a sad reminder.
A pair, and you don't have the pair. This is just, it's a sad reminder.
He says, in the dream, there are also some other larger items in the bins, like shirts and pants as well. Sounds like a fun clearance bin.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Dream me was so frustrated about how many boxes there were and how they filled up parts of the downstairs stockroom, the upstairs stockroom, as well as layaway. It was never ending.
Oh, my goodness.
Not the layaway.
Oh, jeez. Not the layaway, Eric. Is this dream from Chad? I feel like this dream might be from Chad. And he just replaced Target with Kmart.
To address this grievance with upper management, my coworkers and I decided to stage a protest.
I love it, this grievance.
I was to take off all my clothes and just wear a white diaper and white shoes.
is the best protest ever.
Just him. Just Joseph.
Just him.
I don't know how he got voted.
And Joseph, what did he like have to say anything?
Well, we're
or
not.
Just stand there wearing the
Here
diaper?
We go.
Okay.
I took off my clothes in the bathroom and put on the diaper. So I nervously came out to a bunch of smiling from women.
Yeah, because women love men in diapers.
Hot.
Sexy.
Hot. I gave Cheryl a duffel bag with all of my clothes. She couldn't hide a laugh, and I told her, "You're the only one I trust with my clothes."
Oh, are they made of gold? Like, what are these?
I mean, if I'm in a diaper, I do want to give them to someone I trust to get them back later after the protest is done.
I guess. But I mean, I'm not going to be like, super worried about it. I'm like, I'm already in a diaper.
Work at K-Mart. You can get new clothes anyway, right? You could get them out of the restock bin.
Literally go to one of your bins. The $1 bin, the 50-cent bin.
Get one sock. I mean, well, you know where the sock would come in handy. Do it all.
The diaper.
What band was that? Do it Red Hot Chili Pepper style. Hashtag.
Oh, what does Anthony Kiedis
Speaking of socks and places.
Okay.
Best if you're not familiar with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, there was a very infamous.
Was it Rolling Stone?
Was it? I thought it was a music video, but you might be right. It might be a magazine.
I can't remember either, but
maybe, I think they did it multiple times, actually.
I think it maybe was more
They would
than
just,
once,
put one sock over a area to hide
their bathing suit area.
Just one sock.
Just one sock.
So Joseph,
it created quite a stir in the 90s. Totally. This was the 90s. We weren't we were more shockable than nothing shocks us now.
And this was 1998. This is like perfect time for it, Joseph.
I mean, it's all aligning.
The stars.
The stars are aligning tonight.
Cheryl was laughing, and she said, "I'll keep them safe."
I like how you said it. I feel like that maybe was a little flirty.
I could see she was trying hard to stay serious, but couldn't stop smiling. And she let out a few more laughs. This is embarrassing so far. So my coworkers went out before me, and I slowly came out behind them. There was a large group of people. I was stunned at how many people there were and how many would see me like this.
I just don't understand. What was the big grievance and why was there such a protest?
All the boxes. The boxes were taking up too much space.
I know, but why did that bring such a crowd?
It must have been like a blue light special. There was a blue light special at the repack bins, and everyone was like over there.
Mad, and they wanted to have access to those bins.
We began making our case with our signs. There were signs.
There were signs in the underwear protest.
I remember I was a little uncomfortable, but I felt I had to be dramatic and make a stand.
Too many boxes.
Is that what the sign said? This is too many boxes.
Too many boxes.
I remember I went up onto the podium, still naked, just with a diaper, with a poster board wrapped around me. I then reluctantly lifted the poster up with some protest writing on it. I began to make a speech about how things had to change, and thus making a hard sacrifice to do it. Everyone cheered.
Things had to change.
I mean, there's many things you could protest, but he's felt strong about this issue.
I'm sure it's a terrible situation when you're dealing with. I'm sure it's very frustrating. But wow, there's a podium for the box protest.
One thing I remember I said was the repack boxes would never end, and you can't find anything in them.
Oh.
Then I remember an opposing person started disagreeing with me. So we decided to challenge them. I looked at Cheryl and asked, "Do you have my clothes?" She answered yes. And she then asked, "Are you thinking what I think you are?" I looked down at myself practically in nothing, with my heart beating, and said, "Yep, put my clothes in the repack box."
Joseph, you are a card. You are too much.
Cheryl and another coworker went to the back and put them in a random repack box. They came out.
I hope they separated them,
right?
like just everything in a different box.
T-shirt over there, shorts over there. Good luck, Joseph.
One sock there, one sock just in the garbage. We're just going to play it that way.
They came out, and when they were done, they said, okay, Joseph, go find your clothes. I went back with cameras on me. I looked everywhere, even dumping the boxes on the floor. Cheryl got up and said, see what I mean? Believe me, he wants to find his clothes in the worst way, and he's determined, but he still can't find them in all these boxes.
Oh, so it was like a demonstration of how bad the situation
Exactly.
was.
After a long time, I gave up and told them how this proves the point on the issue.
The grievance is heard.
Cheryl looked in my eyes and said, it looks like you want something. I nodded, but put my head down. She replied, I'm sorry, Joe, but deal's a deal. She was so by the book, and she wouldn't tell me where my clothes were.
Wow.
She was strict.
A deal.
Assistant manager.
Deal's a deal.
Extraordinaire.
It's like playing a board game with Mindy.
You gotta play by the rules. You're right.
You play by the rules.
We picketed some more, and a few hours passed. Suddenly, a solution to the repack issue came. And the solution was,
so excited.
We would give the boxes to another store. Like that? Sure. Sure, that solves it for
like
your store.
But it seems like such something another company would do. Be like, hey, we can't figure this out. Let's just get it to another Kmart.
Let's give it to store number 4176.
Let's sprinkle some on Target and sprinkle some on Walmart and see what happens.
The boxes started shipping out in large numbers that night. My clothes were probably in one of them.
Well, sorry, Joe.
We walked out that night from work, and Cheryl put her arm around me and told me what I did wasn't in vain, that we made a difference today. She hugged me.
Did you?
And I did. Did you really, Joseph? Or did you just make a problem for someone else?
Did you just pass it along?
Next week, the protest is going to be in Phoenix.
Right. This is the opposite of pay it forward.
I started to cry. She told me to wipe away my tears, and I had nothing to be ashamed of. She was proud of me. So proud. I smiled. She smiled. And then she said, okay, now go home and put some clothes on and cover yourself.
I thought she was going to grab them and finally this sexual tension that we've been experiencing for the last 3 minutes will finally come to fruition.
And then I woke up.
Shit.
So they never got it on. I'm sorry, Brooke. I'm sorry it didn't play out the way you were hoping with the diaper.
I know.
Diaper Joe.
Diaper Joe. Thank you for your dream.
I'm sure he doesn't enjoy that nickname, but hey, now you got a nickname, Joseph. I'm sorry about that.
Now you
gotta go
love
with
the
it.
nickname.
Diaper
We do not mean any disrespect when we call you Diaper Joe. It's only lovingly.
It's only with love and affection, and send pictures.
Please, Diaper Joe. That was a great dream. Where should we begin?
Where do you want to begin? I'll start with, where do you want to begin, Brooke?
I like the diaper, but there's so much before the diaper. I think we have to dive in a little bit before the diaper. But
let's start with
the grievance.
The grievance of the repack boxes. I think that's a good spot to start.
Okay.
It's such a small issue, and it seems like such a small issue, right?
Right.
But you know how small issues, if you don't address them, can become larger issues?
I'm well aware.
Well aware personally. And
yes.
It's kind of like if you think about your head or your heart, and there's these little things that just add up, and they really do start to take up too much space. And eventually, you need to address it. And I think that's...
Yeah, or you become obsessed with the box issue.
You got to walk around them. You got to put them on clearance.
You only get one sock. I mean, shit. Tough.
And it's a mixed match of things. He says it's not just all socks, and there's socks, there's underwear, there's t-shirts, there's shirts, there's a bunch of stuff. So things that are building up and taking up space. And so what's taking up space in your heart or your head? I'd start with that. Finally, he's ready to address it.
And he goes
balls to the wall.
Headstrong, balls to the wall to address the issue.
In his white a diaper and shoes. Now, white, of course, a color of positivity, of enlightenment.
Okay.
So, maybe if he does start addressing whatever is kind of building up in him, it'll give him some levity. It will kind of feel a release once he, and a good release.
I hope he has his diaper on when he has his release.
But speaking of diapers, they are vulnerable. I mean, they're for people who need help and people who need to accept help, perhaps.
I am aware of that as well.
Through your job recently.
Yes, I'm well aware of the need for assistance in toileting.
And she does it with a smile.
And gloves.
And gloves. I sure hope so. So he gets up there on the podium. He makes his case. He's got this little protest sign. I guess they worked on in the break room. They grabbed some markers out of the school supply aisle, the office supplies, and they got the poster board.
I bet they didn't even pay for it.
Why?
They just took it in the back and made their signs, and we're like, here we go.
We're going out on the podium.
Out front of Kmart.
And there was a large group of people. All of Kmart was there for their demonstration.
It feels like many people were upset about this box situation.
And he had some people outside mostly, but there was that one person that was like, I don't think it's such a big deal.
Yeah.
And if you think about our lives, sometimes there are those people that are like, oh, you're fine, suck it up, it's fine, right?
Right.
And those are the people that are maybe not allowing you or maybe giving you the grace to deal with those issues or that you need to.
That's the thing, the grace, because you don't know what someone else, when people who suffer from depression and someone tells them, oh, you have it so much better than someone in Africa. That doesn't help someone with a mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
I understand there are certain people, but that doesn't change how the chemicals are affecting you.
Exactly.
So he could be feeling something too.
Absolutely. And he wasn't afraid at any point, which I take away as a very positive sign. He was ready to address it. And maybe in his life, he's getting to that point where he's, okay, he's recently addressed it or he's about to address it. And that's positive. And in the end.
And the white.
Again.
And the white is positive.
Positive color. In the end, he takes a bold stance and he does whatever he needs to do to address it. And he fixes the solution. In his dream,
is that in quotation?
He fixes it.
He solves his problem.
Exactly.
Let's say that he solves his problem.
But you don't have to solve everyone's problem also, right? You can't solve all the world's problems. Work on you first.
Shouldn't also share your problems. Actually, he didn't share. He just straight up. There you go.
Take these,
you
Phoenix.
Take it. Someone else. Phoenix store 721. Take it.
Not my problem. And if you see my Red Hot Chili Pepper shirt, can you please just mail it back? I'd appreciate it.
And if you see my Red Hot Chili Pepper sock, please mail it back.
And if they want to answer our hashtag, please email us back.
Yes, we will be happy to do any. Well, I should say that. I should be happy to do anything. I take it back, edit it out. That is not an accurate statement. I will not say.
We will give you our love and affection on the podcast.
In an appropriate way.
In an appropriate, consensual way.
Thank you. Now that we've got that straightened away.
Thank you, Joseph, for submitting your dream. And I think it's good. I think you're on your way to addressing some things in your life. And it's good to do that. I think you're on your way.
It is. I think he's got a lot of shit happening, but there's a lot of positivity, like you pointed out, that's showing that he's going in the right direction.
And maybe this was something he addressed back in 1998. It could be something he had previously addressed, and that's kind of taking him back to that era of his time. So also could be.
Could be.
Could also be in a past. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, store 721 in Phoenix. Thank you, Joseph, for your dream, but sorry, store 721. Actually, sorry, all Kmarts, aren't they closed?
Yeah, I don't think they don't no longer exist.
Bye-bye.
Maybe they had too many Reebok boxes. They just circulated all the stores. They couldn't get out from under them.
Joseph started something.
It's Joseph's
He sent it to 721. They sent it to Los Angeles. They sent it to Des Moines. No one can get a hold of this box problem.
And that's
so Kmart just
bankruptcy.
closed.
like that. Gone.
Joseph, your dream cracked me up.
It's a different one, that's for sure.
It's different. Yeah, I feel like it is kind of different from anything we've had. But, that's why we're here. We want to see different, hear different. So share anything. We want to hear it. So all you have to do is share your dreams or dream stories with us. You can go to remelations@gmail.com. Even if you have a sentence, send it to us. We'll talk about it, probably.
We would love to.
We would love to.
All right, catnap time.
Kitty catnaps. Can I start with just a short one? But this was an actual email that our bestie Gina sent me.
Okay.
And I was so excited because I feel a little bad because the subject said just for you. But I don't think anything's real bad about it. She had a dream with me in it.
Oh, my goodness.
And so she had I don't want to share too much because, she didn't share too much, actually, because she said it was so crazy and outrageously wild. And I'm like,
crazy.
Sounds crazy. So I'm just going to give you the one or two little sentence that she gave me about what it was about.
Okay.
We love you, Gina. Okay. It started with you, so me, realizing that one of your guy friends was conspiring with corrupt police. So we constructed a plan to take them down that involved getting them all on a train and then tricking them into doing some weird shit on camera. In one particular case, sucking on my shoe.
Oh, that is so scandalous.
Gina, I love it. I love it. But there's one little extra note. She also said, I guess it's not related to the dream, but she just said last night, I started going down the ancestry.com rabbit hole when my sister asked me how Irish we are, 22%. And I found out that I have a gene that makes me more likely to remember dreams. Who would have guessed? And then she says, I'm sure Mindy has it too.
I didn't know this was something you could find out in your DNA.
I didn't know either, but Gina did. And she thinks you have it too.
I'm going to have to do that.
I'm pretty sure she's right. I think you do have that gene.
I'm pretty sure. I wonder what gene that's so fascinating. I didn't know that's something you would even be able to track.
We got to go to ancestry.com. That's where she went.
Well, I know what I'm buying myself
for Mother's Day.
For Mother's Day.
It's coming up.
There we go. I'm also...
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you, Gina. I'm also very curious to know, am I related to, a serial killer they haven't caught yet?
I would
like
love
that CODIS
to
thing?
be related to a serial.
Third cousin don't know,
terrible, but
I put my DNA in there and then they can track it down. I want to help.
I want to help. I want to help. Exactly.
I do.
And then I want to be on Dateline and meet Keith Morrison. Damn it. Why didn't we do that?
We already did Keith. We're still waiting on Keith's response.
I want to hear from him
when we do get on Dateline, hopefully for not being murder, but for helping solve a murder, then we'll ask him in person.
Yes, I agree. Okay. Let's wait for that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to write it on my note card.
Okay. Write it on your note card. Now, I heard a promise of a funny catnap, maybe, perchance, today.
I have a funny one for you.
Okay.
This one comes from Amy, and Amy's from Tulsa.
Thanks, Amy.
So I had an intense sex dream last night.
Ooh, I'm ready.
That seemed so real, I woke up panting.
Nice.
I was basically having sex with John Stamos.
Oh!
What? Uncle Jesse?
Uncle Jesse? Wait, is this current John Stamos, who is still, I'm sure, very good looking? He's aging well, but is this current Uncle Jesse or classic Uncle Jesse?
I don't know.
Way,
Amy, let us know. The weird thing about it is that I don't personally find him attractive. He's not my type, nor my celeb crush.
Oh, who is?
I wasn't.
Did she share?
No, I wish she would. Amy, write us back. Let us know. What's the antithesis? What's the word?
You got
antithesis?
It is antithesis.
What's the antithesis of John Stamos? Would you say?
Yeah. Me?
Yeah.
Well,
you gotta go.
Jeez. Blonde, short, chubby. Is it me? Is it? Wait, I'm brunette now. Right. I'm brunette now. Can't be me. Sorry.
Is it Phil Hartman?
He's dead.
Okay, don't have sex with him.
That wouldn't be Danny DeVito.
He's not blonde.
I know, but he's pretty opposite in every other way.
Is it Rick Moranis? He's not blonde either, but that's like why I think is opposite.
Rick Moranis with blonde hair.
Yep, a blonde.
Is the opposite of John Stamos.
That's who she likes. Okay.
I'll take it. I'll take the Rick Moranis.
She says, I wasn't even thinking about John Stamos before I slept. I was watching a movie before I went to bed, but he wasn't even cast in it. So what the hell does that mean? I have no desire for the celebrity, nor do I care, honestly. So why am I having sex with him in my dream? I think she just needs to get some satisfaction.
I was going to say, I don't know where he came from, but he's just a placeholder.
He's just a placeholder.
All you need is that.
Whoever called John Stamos a placeholder, you might be the only person, but...
I know, but I mean for her, like she doesn't like him, but he's obviously representing something.
Something. Maybe something
get it,
other
girl.
people want.
Go find it.
Go get it. Totally go get it.
Get it. Thank you for that one. Sexy time. We haven't had a good sex dream in a long time.
All right, Brookie, do you have one?
I do. This is Trevor from Philadelphia.
Okay.
And I find this one interesting because this was like dreams he had when he was trying to quit smoking. And very specific to that time frame, which I think is interesting.
Okay.
So when I was quitting smoking 15 years ago, I used a nicotine patch. The dreams were insane.
I've heard that.
Have you?
Heard that does. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess other medications can do it. So why couldn't that affect you? So I dreamt I wanted to cross a rope bridge. I was warned not to go near it because of a dragon that lived in the swamp below.
Is this Shrek?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Trevor.
Donkey.
Well, he got halfway across, and a massive one-eyed red dragon rose out of the water. The dragon's head was directly in front of me, staring menacingly, which, wow, good adverb, into my soul with his one eye. I pulled out a pocket knife and stuck it into his eye. He went
Where
back.
else is he going to stab it?
I mean,
he's got too many scales.
You can't get through that skin. You either you got to get
fire.
An eye or a belly. The soft parts. The soft parts you gotta. Well, he got him in the eye and he went back underwater and I continued across the bridge. And then I woke up. But he did say 15 years later, he still remembers this dream so vividly, which is interesting.
Good one.
And it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with quitting smoking unless he's like facing his monster or something like that.
Such a challenge.
I thought it was really
impossible feat.
Yeah.
But he did defeat it.
I hope so. Let us know, Trevor. Are you still not a smoker? I hope so. Keep those lungs clean.
All right. Okay, this one is fairly graphic, so just a warning there.
Okay,
this is from Christian, and Christian's from Baton Rouge. He does start it with, so if you're squeamish or don't like reading about gore, skip this one.
Oh, I don't mind.
It's basically just a weird short dream. Here we go.
Okay.
I awake in a room, sat at a table with people. I don't see faces or anything, but just their hands and arms resting on a table.
Oh, creepy.
They are all saying, "Gotta do it for YouTube," and then some random person's name after that.
What? What?
Gotta do it for YouTube.
Gotta do it for YouTube. Are they all chanting, gotta do it for YouTube?
Gotta do it for YouTube. Wait, we have to throw a name at the end.
Well, who is it?
Well, he said some name, but he said random name. So,
gotta do it for Randy.
Gotta do it for you.
Gotta do it for you, Rando.
Gotta do it for YouTube, Randy.
YouTube Randy. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how it went.
That's how it. All of a sudden, they start cutting off their fingers bit by bit with a pizza slicer.
Their own fingers? Oh, okay.
I don't
How
want
does a pizza
finger
cutter
pizza.
get through bone? But anyway.
Very, very sharp.
Yeah, I mean, it must be a deep dish pizza cutter.
Deep tissue, deep bone dish. They were all so calm and showed no pain or concern, which itself was very unnerving.
A little bit?
It was so graphic.
Oh.
I was convinced it was actually happening. I tried to turn away and stop watching, but nothing worked. I just had to watch them cut off their own fingers. I am then transported to scene change. I was then transported to a weird room/swimming pool. The kind you would imagine in a dream where the whole room is a swimming pool, with inner walls, corridors, etc. filled with water.
Huh.
This time, it's not just their fingers they are all cutting at. This time, it was parts of their own head.
What?
Like, someone would be a quarter of their head, or just a chunk missing, and they'd fall into the water.
And I'm sure they drowned because they don't have a brain.
I don't think they're breathing yet at that point. They're just chopping off their own heads, falling in the water. All of them saying they were doing it for a name which I cannot remember. And for YouTube.
For YouTube, we know that much.
All of them, again, remained calm, like this was what they were supposed to do, and they seemed very happy to do it. And then I woke up. I have never experienced a dream like this before, and I have no idea what it means.
Shit, I don't know what to tell you. That is a bizarre.
Gotta do it for YouTube.
Gotta do it for
Gotta
YouTube.
do it for
and
YouTube.
Rando.
And Randy.
Rando Randy and YouTube.
At least Christian didn't participate in the shenanigans. I think
shenanigans.
That shows a lot of
No shenanigans.
peer pressure. They like pass him like the pizza cutter. He's like, I'm full.
No, I'm full. I don't. I kind of want my fingers.
Night.
And I mean, did they cut their heads off with the pizza cutter too?
That seem a lot harder to do.
I feel like this pizza cutter has to be like a medical instrument to be sharp enough to be cutting through bone. But also, these people had no faces or this whole dream was. Wow, I'm just kind of...
Are you sure you weren't abducted by aliens?
Yeah, this sounds like maybe an alien thing.
Perhaps.
Check your butt. Does your butt hurt a little bit? Did you get a little probie?
Oh, nutters.
Oh, nutters. Never heard that or heard you say it.
Mark says it all the time. I just pick it up for him. He says nutters all the time. I don't know why. It just cracks.
It cracks me up, too. Well... I have another good one. This is Tam, and he's from Dublin. So hello, Ireland.
Hello.
Okay.
Lovely. I love the international ones.
I had my physics lab exam coming up, and I often dream about upcoming exams.
Yuck.
Well, it is normal, yeah.
And physics?
Ugh.
No, thank you.
Ugh.
Too much.
Too much. Nope, not for me.
Too many formulas.
In my dream, a friend of mine who isn't even in my course and some random 10-year-old girl were assigned to be my assistants during this lab exam. You know.
Rando girl. Yeah.
They usually bring
Seems like she's qualified.
You usually bring in 10-year-olds when you're doing your physics lab exams, you know.
She's very smart.
She is. The task that was set.
Like a regular Doogie Howser.
She's a Doogie Howser for this task. Let's hear what it is.
World.
This task was set up for us to make lasagna.
Okay.
This is a different type of physics exam, I guess.
I'd say so.
Maybe they do it a little differently in Ireland. Let us know.
Perhaps.
So for
this is the physics I would like to take.
I could pass. Well, I don't know if I could pass this class. I could probably make my way through a lasagna. I don't know.
What is the ratio of sauce to meat to noodle?
See, I
got it down.
It's complicated. Anyway, so to make this lasagna, this is what we were given. Access to the internet, a cardboard box, blueberries, sugar, and a non-lasagna pasta, just normal penne pasta.
That's not even close. I mean, That would take a physics genius.
This maybe is why this is harder than we thought.
Yeah.
I was desperately trying to Google how to make lasagna, but the internet.
Wait. Out of cardboard and blueberries and sugar?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure that answer's on the internet.
And penne.
Right up there on
Google. You don't even have lasagna. Let's Google lasagna. We don't even have it. Cardboard box.
Does it have to be edible? Here's the question. Can it be a picture you draw of lasagna? Let's work the rules here.
I don't know what the rules are.
Can you
at
use
his
the
school.
blueberry as an ink and then draw lasagna?
And be like, I made it.
Yeah, think outside that box.
Technically made it with my hand through art.
You just gotta think
through
smart,
cooking.
not harder, smarter.
Well, Tam says, I was desperately trying to Google how to make lasagna, but the internet's advice was terrible. There was this stupid page titled Making Lasagna in 2 Easy Steps and said, Step 1, make lasagna. Step 2, bake. And then I woke up.
That is the worst recipe I've ever heard.
Yuck. I hope
you don't even
need anything. Anything that was provided. Nothing that was provided will make lasagna. Not even the pasta provided is lasagna. Well, thanks, Tam. I hope you passed your exam, Tam. Thank you for that one. All the way across the pond.
All right, I've got one more for you. One final one.
Nice.
Okay. This comes from Josie, and Josie is from Michigan City.
All right. Thanks, Josie.
I heard an explosion, and I went to investigate. As I walked on the street, I saw a few alien bodies.
Just a few?
Long skeleton spinal type bodies, and typical-looking alien-like heads laying all around.
What happened?
It doesn't
sound good. Something bad happened to the aliens, it sounds like.
So I went inside a building where it seemed the crash had come from, or at least around that area. But 2 aliens came up with guns and robbed me.
Well, how rude is that?
For $4,000 I had in my wallet.
Well,
and then she goes, in parentheses, I don't even have that type of money.
But she's just carrying $4,000 around with her for pocket cash.
That's a thick wallet. That's a thick cash, yeah. I told him that's all the money I had, and one of the aliens looked at the other and said, give her a few $100 back. So they did, and then they left, and then I woke up.
Well, that was so nice of them.
They still made out pretty good.
I guess, but they didn't leave her probed or empty-handed.
But since when is it the same currency? Like, do they use like it's Benjamins up there?
Right, it's like the Canadian dollar isn't this, and also the same with the Australian dollar. They're not the same as the U.S. dollar.
And I can't imagine intergalactic money is even close.
No, and not even Bitcoin.
I've got 4,000 Bitcoin in my wallet. Do you want it? It's not worth what you think it is.
But you can give me 400 of it back.
Girls gotta eat.
I need one Bitcoin back.
And thanks for not probing me.
Thank you. That is what I appreciate the most.
I wonder if the aliens that were laying dead around her, if they just didn't have any cash and they're like, well, nothing to rob here.
What was the explosion, though? Maybe their spaceship exploded, their friends died, and they have no money to get home, and $4,000 will do it.
It's a long cab ride.
It's a long Uber.
So long.
It's a long Uber. 5 stars. You better give that driver 5 stars.
I hope you get the good Uber driver where they have like the mints and the water.
And the snacks and the water. Yeah, I want that Uber driver.
Because that's the one I like. Well, thank you. Thank you for submitting and sharing.
Yes, very much. That was interesting. I have one more, too, if that's
Perfect.
Okay. It's
Please.
Greg. He's from Trenton.
Okay.
I am watching an animation in which a round creature is flying backwards as if fired from a slingshot. It lands in a larger creature's mouth and sends that creature flying backward along with it. And then a larger creature.
No.
And the larger creature lands in the mouth of an even larger creature.
When will it ever end?
When will it end? The largest creature swallows it and then violently poops out the smallest creature. Then I woke up.
It's like a nesting doll.
What happened? It's like, what is that? There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why.
Yes.
And then it's like, to catch the fly, she swallowed a spider. To catch the spider, she swallowed a bird.
I remember that one.
This one.
And then she just pooped out the fly.
She just pooped out the fly, the tiny little fly.
We just had to rewrite that nursery rhyme.
Yeah, this nursery rhyme is not realistic, people. You cannot just poop out a fly. We don't believe in that.
Oh, man. Wow.
Wow.
What a lot of great,
you know?
That was some great catnaps. Thank you for everyone who shared.
Yes. Much appreciated.
And if you want to share with us, what you can do is support the show. And you can do that by going to remelations.com/support. You'll find links to share a dream, to purchase show merch, and even join our sleepover squad, where we posted our latest live show, as well as behind the scenes, extra dreams, extra episodes. So if you want to support us, that's the best way you can do it. Again, that's remelations.com/support.
And
thanks,
trust
besties.
me, you do want to see the live show. So sign up. It was pretty fun.
Here's one reason to sign up. If you want to hear my 14-year-old self write a love letter to a teenage soap opera star desperately that I never mailed because somehow I still have it in my box of notes to Brooke, you can see all of that glory in the sleepover squad.
And you want
in that live show.
Yes, you definitely want to.
I mean, I was enticing at 14. Very enticing.
You never sent the letter, though. That's the thing. You never sent.
Maybe it was a first draft. I don't know.
Maybe.
Could have been.
It's a good one,
Maybe I toned it down a little bit, I hope, for the real.
Hey-o!
But it was interesting because I did tell this star about a dream I had, which was the craziest spin on it. The craziest spin.
But
so
no,
to prove I've always been... Oh, okay, I won't tell you more.
No, I know.
I'm
just saying you gotta check it out because it's really good. It's real.
Just proof I've always been a crazy dreamer.
We always knew that. We always believed you.
Now I just need to know for my DNA. Gina told me. Check it out.
Go to ancestry.com. Find out if you've got the gene. So, Mindy, you know that I have pretty bad insomnia.
Yes, ma'am.
Except for when I'm at your house. For some reason, I sleep like a goddamn baby.
Just got to move in.
Just got to move into your basement. That's all I got to do.
How are those new pillows treating you, by the way?
You know what? I got them, but I have not put them in the pillowcases yet. So I think tonight's the night.
Ooh. So Brooke texted me as soon as she left the house, like literally, what magical pillows do you have in the guest room? And
you told
I had to
me.
send a link to Amazon.
You did,
and I bought them. You immediately bought them.
I immediately bought
wonderful.
them. But I unfortunately do not live next door to a Amazon warehouse like you do. So it doesn't take 6 hours. It just takes a couple days. But I did
if you're looking for good
If
you're looking for good pillows, I'll put the link in the show notes.
Put them. I can't wait.
Will.
Oh my God. I bought king and queen.
We're going to be a pillowlicious.
Gonna just be like, get rid of the mattress. I'm just going to lay on the pillows.
That would be amazing.
It sounds.
Why don't we have beds just made out of pillows?
You know what? That's a good question. My mom always told me that
a sack.
When I would tell her
a
sack. When I would tell her like what room I want to have in a house someday, which I still don't have, is a room full of pillows. I'm like, that still sounds amazing.
Yeah, agreed.
Still love that room.
Maybe someday a girl can dream. You're going to get there, Brooke.
I can just put pillows in a room and be like, this is what I intended. But
the pillow room.
The pillow room. We'll see what happens.
Sexy.
But I do, have a hard time falling asleep like most of us. And, it's like you're spending more time trying to fall asleep than actually sleeping.
Yes.
And I know for me, obviously it's a mental thing, but like just the act of trying too hard, to fall asleep can cause anxiety, and it's just nerve-wracking. And that in turn keeps you awake. So it's just an endless cycle. And if your mind can't sleep, it's difficult for your body to follow. We all know all these things. But I read this article recently that's very interesting that I would love to try some of these.
Okay.
And it's called How to Fall Asleep in 10, 60, or 120 seconds. Okay. Yes, please.
10 seconds? I mean, that's a goddamn miracle.
Sign me up for even 120. I'll take 300 seconds as opposed to like the 4 hours I spend every night trying to fall asleep. But okay, so this one's how to sleep in 10 seconds. And it's called the...
Is this like take 3 Ambien and a bottle of wine?
Yeah, if you can do that in 10 seconds, that's even more impressive.
The bottle of wine, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't think the Ambien...
Dangerous. Don't try that at home.
I don't think the Ambien would kick in within 10 seconds, though, but...
Okay.
I feel like...
So what is this trick?
A hammer to the head.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay. It's called...
Sleeper hold.
Sleeper hold. Just pass out. Hey, you know what? That's probably the fastest way to do it besides this.
1 second.
I should ask Brett how long it takes for someone to be choked out. He'll know.
I think like 10 seconds. I think it's
not long.
I think I just recently heard.
Yeah, it's not long. Okay, so the 10-second one is called the military method.
Ooh.
And it was an actual military method, and I think still is, but it was first reported by Sharon Ackerman. And it comes from a book titled Relax and Win, Championship Performance. Doesn't it make you feel like you're
catchy title.
You're good about reading this book? But
I just want to be a winner.
Right? According to Ackerman, the United States Navy pre-flight school created a routine to help the pilots fall asleep in 2 minutes or less. It took the pilots about 6 weeks of practice, but it worked.
Okay, sure.
Even after drinking coffee and with gunfire noises in the background. Which, 6 weeks, I feel like I could commit myself to something for 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that does make sense. It's not just like something you try tonight and automatic.
No.
This does make a lot more sense.
Yeah, this is...
You have to train
put
yourself.
some work into it. Everything you have to train, right? Okay, so here it is.
Yeah.
Number 1. Let's all do it together. Let's see if it works.
Okay.
And then we'll fall asleep and we won't finish the
And
episode.
then someone's got to stop recording. Mark comes down in the morning, Mindy.
Mindy's just like,
You didn't come to bed last night.
You're like, I'm so...
Like, I was sleeping with Brooke. She got a problem
You're
with
like, she's got the military method down. She's got to teach me in 6 weeks.
All right, let's give this a try.
Relax. Okay, I'm going to say it nicely. Relax your entire face, including the muscles inside your mouth. Drop your shoulders to release the tension and let your hands drop to the side of your body. Exhale, relaxing your chest. Relax your legs, thighs, and calves. Clear your mind for 10 seconds by imagining a relaxing scene.
I'm trying not to laugh. I'm really serious.
I'm like, how long is 10?
You did it. No, you did it very well.
I'm not done.
You did it very well.
I'm not done, though.
Okay. I'm still awake.
Actually.
I'm not trained yet.
No, it's not trained. You got to do this for 6 weeks. Okay, actually, the last 2, you can be awake. If this doesn't work, try saying the words, don't think, over and over for 10 seconds. Within 10 seconds, you should fall asleep. I'm going to try this for 6 weeks and see what happens.
That would be incredible.
I'm going to do our own experiment.
Our wonderful military folk can do this.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can.
I'm going to try. I mean,
why not?
I want to sleep in 10 seconds. Are you kidding me?
That would be incredible.
My whole life is me trying to fall asleep. All right. How to sleep now in 60 seconds.
Okay.
There's 2 methods that this article provided. And it's all, you focus on your breath or your muscles, take your mind off the topic of back to bed. And we've talked about these kind of methods, but the 4-7-8 breathing method.
Okay.
So this is mixing together meditation, visualization, and then the breathing method. And then it becomes more effective, obviously, the more you practice it. So how to do one cycle of 4-7-8 breathing.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't want to read this one, I think, step by step because it's weird. It's like, let your lips part, then close your lips. But basically, let's just say the 4-7-8 means you breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, then you hold your breath for 7 seconds, and then you exhale for 8 seconds. Like, whoo, it says a whoosh.
Oh,
a whoosh sound.
Yeah.
So,
which is also similar to people who are experiencing anxiety.
It is. It is. And I mean, it only makes sense that it would be similar because
you're concentrating then on the
breathing and
not the amount of time it takes to do each of those steps, and then you're not thinking of other things, and that helps clear your mind. It makes sense.
Oh, and they recommend to do at least 4 full breaths to let your body sleep. If you feel that relaxation coming on earlier than anticipated, but at least 4. And that doesn't seem that bad. I mean, I feel like I could try a lot of these things. I don't know which one to try for my experiment. Maybe I'll try them all. We'll see. Okay. For the second one that's under 60 seconds is called progressive muscle relaxation, which is basically deep muscle relaxation. It helps you unwind. The premise is to tense but not strain your muscles and relax to release the tension. And that movement promotes the tranquility throughout your body. And, you know, it is recommended for insomnia, so maybe I'll try it. But here is a relaxation script. Maybe Mindy will be ready to try this one out as well.
This is funny because, I mean, this one is familiar, and this is one I think I've heard before. It was a little more specific where it says start at your head and then work your way down your body. So you like tighten your eyebrows and then let them relax, and then tighten your temples and let them. Is that?
We don't have to go any further. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
You basically start with your eyebrows for 5 seconds, and you do, and then. But this one says, and then you wait 10 seconds. Yeah, and then you like smile widely, you know, the cheek muscles. And hold, and then relax. Pause 10 seconds. So it's like
I think
you move down your body, and I've tried
that before. I could be out by my belly button. Tighten your belly button or your abs. I guess
it doesn't. You don't make it past your belly button. You're asleep. You're sound asleep by then.
I'm just if I have to, I'm gonna try it.
I'm like I get to my feet. My toes.
Then you start working your way back up. Brooke.
Then I start going to the neighbors.
Your Kegels.
My Kegels are tight.
Yeah, tight those Kegels are, and then your chest,
just
your
perfect.
Fist. No,
what'd you say? Your fist?
Your fist.
What?
Tighten your.
You went from Kegels to fists?
No.
That's unfortunate.
I said Kegels, chest, and fist.
Oh, I missed the chest, but still. Kegels and fists. I don't. No.
Kegels ain't that strong.
No, I don't want that. No, thank you. So, in order to alleviate us from this conversation, let's talk about the 120-second sleep.
Okay.
And then we can go back to Kegels.
I'm doing them right now. Nobody knows.
I'm already done.
That's the thing about Kegels.
I started at the beginning of the episode.
That's the thing about Kegels.
Nobody knows. You can do them whenever and wherever you want.
I'm looking at you right now.
I'm doing it. No,
so somehow your shoulders raised just enough.
I know, because I wanted to shimmy. Like, I wanted to shimmy at the same time.
A Kegel shimmy?
I can't control the shimmy sometimes. Like, the shoulders just start going.
I know.
And like, I didn't intend for that to happen.
Roll.
But it's often a side product of whatever I'm experiencing.
Having fun.
I'm having fun.
All right, 120.
Shake your thing and shake your thing. Your other thing. Shake your thangs and your thang. Your Kegels.
Shake all of it.
Shake all your Kegels. Shake all your titties. I can do it. Just kidding.
I'm like, of course, everyone's trying.
Everyone is trying, but only one person is succeeding. And it's Mindy.
Oh. I don't know about that.
Mindy knows how to do it. She didn't even know.
I should have been doing this after the kids were born, like right after.
Right. Now you got to start practicing with the military method. Now you got to start the Kegel
method.
Wow.
I don't know if that's ever... Okay, moving along.
We got on another weird tangent, but I love every second of it. Okay, so 120 seconds.
Yes.
This one's interesting because I feel like this one is something I suffer with because it says basically just tell yourself to stay awake. But it's called paradoxical intention. And it's telling yourself to...
fancy.
I know. We should put that on a t-shirt. Paradoxical intention. Telling yourself to stay awake may be a good way to fall asleep faster. You don't have to say
a kid.
You don't have to say it like that.
Something opposite of what you want them to do.
Or you're like,
don't pick up your room.
Don't. Or I'll time you.
Don't you
I'll time you.
Don't give me a hug. I don't want one.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
It works for kids, so it might work for our minds. Sure.
Yeah, for especially those with insomnia, me trying to sleep can increase, they say, performance anxiety, which is true in a way because you're just keep thinking about it. So
and then you think about tomorrow, how much it'll suck.
How much it will suck, and like you look at the clock and you're like, shit, I've got like 2 hours. Then you're like, it's 55 minutes, and then it's like 32 minutes, and
why fall asleep now?
Why bother? It's time to get up.
I'm not even going to get a full REM cycle in.
No, never. Yeah. Okay, so the other part of this is visualizing a calm space. So it says if counting, like which they tell you to do, activates your mind too much, try engaging your imagination instead of counting. Okay. So it's like a different side of the brain. So some say that visualizing something can make it real, which is whatever, everyone puts out into the world what they want. And it's possible it could work with sleep too. It's called image distraction. So instead of counting sheep, try to imagine like a serene setting and all the feelings that go with it. For example, you can imagine a waterfall and the sounds of echoing, rushing water and the scent of
sounds nice. Coconut.
Yes. You see, you're even filling in the words.
The coconut sunscreen.
Yes. Yes.
The taste of a lime margarita on my lips.
Keep going. Keep going.
The sand between my toes.
I'm there, baby. I'm there.
The hot sun making sweat beads drip off my titties.
Oh, my God. I am so into this episode.
My Kegels.
My Kegels are sweating. It's so hot. My Kegels are sweating. Has anyone ever said that? That should be the name of the episode. My Kegels are sweating. Let's see what kind of audience we get after that title.
I see an uptick.
Titties. You got to say titties.
You do.
Okay, so the key is to let this image take up the space in your brain to prevent yourself from re-engaging with thoughts, worries, and concerns like we all have. So I'm curious. Those are what I have. I have a 10-second, I have two 60-seconds, and one 120-second method. So I'm gonna try them all. I guess I'll do them one at a time, though, to see which one works.
Start with which one you think will be maybe the most.
Yeah.
I've heard of a similar one to that, the scene one, which was, it's starting with something very small. So, picture the smallest item, like a grain of sand. Yeah. And where is that grain of sand? Well, it's on a hand. So what does the hand look like? And so you start visualizing, does it have a ring on it? Who's holding it? Your nails. And then you zoom out further and you start to think, well, now I see a sleeve. What color is the sleeve? What are they wearing? And you zoom out. So everything you're visualizing, you start from the smallest and then you work your way into the scene.
Wow.
As a larger. Yeah. Like now I'm sitting on a chair. What does the chair look like? Now I'm on a beach. Well, how many people are there? So in that same sense, I think that's
distracts
something
you.
I've used. Yeah.
I guess I've used that unintentionally in a very different way. Like sometimes I've tried just about everything, as you know, but like I will try to name every member of a big cast of like a TV show or a movie and then their character name. I try to do their real name and their character name, and then I get stuck sometimes, and that gets me kind of like stuck on that person, but then...
And then you're just Oh, that's smart. That's a smart way to do it.
And
I like the Brooke method. I like the Brooke method.
Well, it doesn't work, obviously.
I'm going to write an article, a scientific journal. It's called the Brooke method of sleep.
Yes.
I will give that, let's see, we've got 120. I'll make that the 180 method.
And start with Melrose Place. I don't know why I often do Melrose
Always
Place.
Start there?
Because it's challenging for me now because I haven't seen it in a while. It's a big cast.
Sure.
And it's an older show. So sometimes that's
Takes
the one that
bit.
just... And sometimes I don't even think about it. It's just like whatever pops in my head, I'll be like Arrested Development. And it'll just be like, go. And
that's smart. I like it. It reminds me of when I was waiting tables and we'd have like slow shifts or we'd be bored. Yeah. And this is really before smartphones. And so we'd go, like I'd find like one person or two people. We'd play the celebrity name game.
Oh, yeah.
Where you list a celebrity. And so I'd say it's Brad Pitt, and then you'd have to come up with a celebrity that started with P.
Yeah.
As the first name. So you'd say Penelope Cruz, and the next person would have to start with C. You get a double letter. Marilyn Manson, you have to say cha-ching.
What?
And so,
I never heard the cha-ching. What happens when you say cha-ching?
I don't know. It's just fun. You
like
say
if
cha-ching.
you don't say cha-ching, do you get penalized?
No.
Oh,
it's just
fun.
for fun. Just like if you get a double letter, cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
But then you get someone stuck on like, an O or an X. It's very hard. Exactly. Well, for Winfrey, you go to a W.
They're both OWs. Oh.
But that's would also, I think, be another method to easily fall asleep, to start thinking of celebrities
just pick
that start.
one and then just,
to a train of celebrity names.
I'm going to
We'll call it the Mindy method.
The Mindy method.
The Brooke and Mindy method of falling asleep.
Who knew?
We should write a book.
With just a podcast, we would create two entirely new methods of sleep.
The
Brooke method and the Mindy method. I don't even want it to be our last names. I want it to be straight up first name. Have you tried the Mindy method? Yeah, it really works. Yeah,
it works. You're going to be out like a light.
You're going to be out in 180 seconds.
And then you soliloquy, cha-ching,
cha-ching. I want to play this game with you next time I see you, and I want to say cha-ching so badly. And I already have...
And then sometimes it would take like a whole shift to like get someone stuck. And you can't double use names, of course. But
I mean, you already had a C, and I already had a double when you said C, but I just... It's a director, Cameron Crowe, who's amazing, but like, I didn't get it out in time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't count.
It's fun.
It doesn't count, but I'll play.
Awesome topic. Thank you. And look at us go with our new methods.
We're famous. Try it out.
Almost.
Let us know how it works. If you try any of those methods, let us know.
Bestie, please.
If you have a method of your own that works, that is similar to the Brooke method or Mindy method, let us know your method.
We are going to put something in our Facebook group. And if you're not a part of our Facebook group, there's a link in the show notes. Or you can search for Remelations Besties on Facebook, and we're going to see what kind of methods our besties in the Facebook group have, because I think it's helpful.
It is helpful.
Try one. If that doesn't work, try another one.
It's trial and error. You just have to keep trying and figure out what works and what doesn't. So give us your best advice.
Speaking of sleeping, last night Mark didn't sleep well, and he goes, "You hit me."
Oh, what did you do?
I was like, "What?
You hit me?"
I don't recall this. But I do remember I must have fallen asleep, and the hypnotic jerk.
Yeah.
I remember like something happening where I had to move my hand real quick in a dream, and I don't recall the dream at all.
You must have hit
But
him.
I remember moving real quick, and I hit him, and he's like, "Was I snoring? I think you hit me because I was snoring." But I was like, I don't think I'm so. Sorry.
You're like, I'm sorry, but I think I hit you because I was just asleep.
But he's like, "Why would you hit me?" And I'm like, I don't.
Why did that cause him not to fall back asleep? Was he like just amped up about it?
Yeah,
ready to fight?
Yeah, bring it on.
Bring it on. I'll slap you too.
On the naughty parts.
On my backside.
No, I think it was just one of those things where it startled him, and then he could have fell back asleep. But I was like, right back out.
I have to tell you something too, because I've told you recently that I've been dreaming like crazy, but I can't remember anything. Like as soon as I try, I can't, but like, I know I'm dreaming. And I actually took a nap, which is very difficult for me. And it was.
When you got home from work today?
Not today. It was a couple days ago. Yes, but I fell asleep. And for some reason, I knew I was talking in my sleep because I was waking myself up. I'd wake up and I'd be like, shut up. And I'd like kind of be like confused. And then like I'd fall back asleep for like, a couple minutes.
You
and I'd be
woke
like,
yourself up?
Yes. And I'd be like, I was so confused because I'm like, did I fall asleep? Like I was just in that weird state where I was like, how am I saying these things and then waking myself up? And they were all
weird.
Like, I don't remember what they were related to, but it happened for like an hour.
Bessie, we're recording a little bit ahead because of the holiday week here. I guess this is a little bit. This is going to be after Easter. But Brooke, what's your Easter plans?
I'll be going to my parents' house on Sunday, and we're going to have a nice Easter dinner. And it will.
Are you going to get your traditional Easter basket?
Yeah. Did we talk about that? Did we talk?
We talked about that last year.
Did.
I still get Easter baskets.
I still get Easter baskets, and my brother and I, who is 3 years older than me, also do an Easter egg hunt. Usually, it's indoors.
Can you do me a favor, just for our bestie? Have Mom film it. Have Mama Althouse film it.
I can't have Mama Althouse film it. She can't do anything. I'll have
Papa
Althouse film it.
Film just a little bit of this, just so we can share the excitement with everyone.
It does get pretty competitive. It does because there's only one golden egg, and the golden egg has a $20 bill in it. So we are.
Has this golden egg adjusted for inflation since you?
Yes, very much so. Good. Because we often have eggs with pennies in them, or just change, or a Hershey Kiss. But like, who finds that golden egg?
2 40-year-olds. I love you, and I love your family, and I love how your family has these traditions that are so stinking cute. And I just want this video to share.
I'll have my dad do it. Okay. I can't trust my mom, but I'll have my dad do it because I think he can at least film some of it. And it'll be funny because we're 2 grown adults in a small place and we're like still like brother and sisters. So we're still like pushing each other. That golden egg, man. Hey, maybe this year it'll be $50. Who knows?
Here's hoping. Maybe it's 4,000 alien dollars.
Oh my God. In a Bitcoin? In a Bitcoin?
In one Bitcoin.
I will let you know what I get on Sunday. What are you doing? I know you've had Passover already.
Yeah, tonight we celebrated Passover. I missed the Seder meal part because I was at a soccer game, but
that's the best part.
So I had to sit through all of the traditional stuff, but I did enjoy the meal.
So you got the meal. Okay, that's what I wanted.
It was perfect time.
Perfect time.
The real meal. Like the real meal. The larger meal.
Yeah.
It was nice. And then Mark's dad is in town. It's his 80th birthday.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
Family plans. We have dinner with his side. We have a surprise party planned for that. It's really cool. Actually, I got my father-in-law was at a Beatles concert when he was younger. Like this was like right when they came, like super, super early. He is maybe like 7 rows back from the stage.
So close.
And so there's this cool photo of him. You can see all 4 Beatles and then him. A nice suit, of course.
Yeah, that's what you wore to everyone was dressed up when you go to a concert.
Very snazzy.
Yeah.
And so we got this big photo print out that we're going to give him of that. I don't even know if he knows this photo even exists.
That's amazing because I did get to see it when I was at your house.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, this is the most amazing thing.
It's pretty cool.
It's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Saturday. And then Sunday for Easter, I'll just have the kids here. I'm waiting to figure out what time of day I'm doing it based on the oldest's when she's coming home from college and plans. She's got a new boyfriend, so she's got to go to his house, which I'm like, wait a minute, I'm your mother. Where are you going?
Like, number one, you came out of me.
My house.
So maybe I'm number one.
I just need a $20 golden egg, and maybe it'll like
say 50 and be like, I don't know, and just put a 20 and be like, I can't remember where I put the $50 egg. It's maybe next year.
Right. I don't know what time we're doing, if it's a brunch or dinner. I still have to figure that part out, get groceries, but it'll all fall in place. It always does. It's only a couple days beforehand. Works out. But yeah, I'll get it figured out.
Do you do Easter baskets and stuff for everyone?
I still have to do that. Yeah. There'll be some sort of Easter basket.
There'll be something.
Gotta work on that too. Gotta swing by the dollar store, get some candy, put some cash in there, some Starbucks gift cards. It's all good. But Bestie, we hope you are having the best week ever as well.
And happy Easter, Passover,
happy
everything.
Celebration, springtime, you celebrate.
Anything, yes.
And if you're enjoying today's episode, we would love if you would do us one favor, and that's to tell your best friend about the show.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell your bestie, tell that favorite person you worked with in 1998, if you're old enough, at K-Mart. Tell them about this podcast. You can tell some rando on the train that's licking a shoe. Or before the aliens rob you for every cent you have, just put your hands up and be like, dudes, my dudes, listen.
My dudes.
Before I hand you $4,000, gotta tell you about a podcast. And then can you spare a couple $100 back because I'm poor as hell.
And I gotta pay for my sleepover squad membership.
And I do have to pay for my sleepover. That's only a couple bucks though.
That you can do that. That's not you just need a tiny
just think
amount.
Of how many memberships I could join with. Yeah. How much merch those aliens could buy.
Those aliens are wearing all the merch. They got $4,000. They've got t-shirts galore.
They don't have that many arms.
No, there's not enough
really
to go
wide
around.
neck crews.
You know, maybe they have stickers and buttons and hats and
stickers.
Totes.
That's probably it. Yeah,
stickers.
Totes. They look good.
Totes and stickers.
Bumper stickers on those UFOs. That's what they need. And if you just tell one person, Bestie, that's how we grow. That's how we keep doing what we're doing. And we would love and appreciate each and every recommendation you give to your friends.
Thank you. Another great episode in the can. Yeah. Sorry, that was for you.
No, I'm keeping. I love it. And I love your enthusiasm.
We also want to thank everyone who submitted dreams today. Joseph, your dream was a wild ride, and thank you for sharing that with us. And we also had really great catnaps. I mean, we do have a pretty great audience, you know, so we know we're going to get quality stuff, but we had a great dream and great catnaps. So thank you to everyone who submitted dreams and catnaps.
All right, Bestie, I don't know how you're falling asleep tonight, but I know I'm going to try the Brooke method tonight. I really am.
I'm going to try the Mindy method.
Okay. Snuggle up and sleep tight until next week.
Sweet dreams, bitches.
Ow! You get this. You got this. You got this real good. You got this. You got this.
Please keep this in.
You got this real
good.